our family is in serious crisis right now.
I got fired.
Huh?
No way!
Yes, Dad has lost his job, and what made it worse was...
Now I'm finally free from labor.
Gosh, what did you do?
Well, I was doing some demolition work. I accidentally destroyed the house next door.
What? Even a 12th grader like me, Rikuto Iwashiro, would know how serious it is for my parent to be fired. Naoto is still 1 year old. How are we supposed to make a living? In the midst of this despair, what happened next morning was... You have to be kidding! That I found a shocking letter left on the table. How can she travel abroad at this time? What are we supposed to do with Naoto?
Hey, where's my breakfast?
A jobless dad and a traveling mom. My family situation was absolutely horrible. I'll just lose more and more money if I continue living with Dad. I'll take care of Naoto. I made my decision and chose to leave the house with Naoto. After that, I looked for a live-in cleaning job, applied for it, and successfully became a cleaning employee at a high-rise condominium. Whoa, this condominium is awesome! I'm Rikuto, and I'll be working here from today. Nice to meet you!
My name's Keita! Good to know you!
I will be working with Keita, a 10th grade student. I thought people wouldn't like me working with Naoto on my back, but...
Oh, he's adorable! Boo!
Keita was a really nice person.
And then the school store stopped selling bread.
Just eat snacks then.
You have a point.
Oh! I was so focused on cleaning, I accidentally bumped into the girls who got off the elevator. I'm sorry.
Huh? A cleaner?
And he's even carrying a baby around.
Do you know where you are? It's a high-rise condominium and the highest floor.
You clearly shouldn't be here.
These poor people annoy me so much.
Leaving those remarks, they headed to their room.
You okay? It doesn't matter whether you're poor or rich.
Yep, thanks. But I somehow ran into them every time I came to work here.
Hey, look, he's still here.
Compared to him, residents of this condominium like us live in a different world, right?
I know.
This has been continuing forever, and I was starting to grow tired of them. One day... Oh, good morning. Huh? They're weirdly quiet today. When I was wondering why... Huh? Are those bruises? What happened? They look problematic. They didn't say a single word that day, and they both went back to their room silently. The next day...
Keita, I'm done with that area. You're done already? You're fast. I'm almost done here, so let's take a break after I'm done.
I was cleaning as always, but the sisters were nowhere to be found. It's nice that they're not here to annoy me, but I wonder if they're doing okay. A week later, I hadn't seen the sisters even once. We haven't seen the sisters for a while now.
Yeah, but don't you prefer it that way, Rikuto?
That's true, but I think I may have seen something I shouldn't. I decided to tell Keita about the bruises I saw.
What? That's definitely a big deal. What should we do? Should we call someone for help?
When Keita and I were starting to panic...
I had so much fun.
Yeah, the tropical islands are great.
Oh, looks like they were just on a trip. I thought something might have happened to them.
You're still working here?
You can't quit because you're poor.
We just went on a trip abroad. Something too luxurious for you.
Sounds fun. The sisters were annoying me as usual, but at that moment, I realized... their bruises are still there. It's been over a week now. How come they haven't healed yet? Once again, I was left confused. A few days later, something even more shocking happened to me.
What's this? Why is Naoto bruised all over? Did he bump himself somewhere?
I thought he might have bruised himself when he turned over in his sleep, and thought about other possibilities, but I didn't really understand how he could get bruised all over. I'll keep a close eye on him today. And the next day... Why? It's getting worse! I had kept a close eye on him all day, but his bruises seemed to be getting worse. He hadn't bumped into anything. What are these bruises? I was panicking and took him to the hospital.
This is another case of an unknown disease that was discovered a while ago.
An unknown disease?
Some of the symptoms are getting red bruises all over the body, and patients gradually suffer from pain and headaches, as well as nausea.
Oh no, can it be cured?
I'm sorry, but we're still looking for a cure.
So, does that mean...
Yes, until a cure is discovered, we can only use painkillers to relieve the pain for the time being.
Oh no. Thank God his symptoms are not that bad yet, but I feel so powerless, unable to do anything. At that moment, I had found my dream. I want to become a doctor and find a cure for this disease. I started studying hard when I didn't have to work part-time, but then I realized I had a big problem. Huh? Is it this expensive to study at medical school? Not only that I had to be very smart to go study at medical school, I also needed a large amount of money. I guess a poor guy like me can't even pursue his dreams. When I was about to give up... Who can it be?
Rikuto, how are you doing?
It was my mom standing in the doorway. I was so shocked, I stood there unable to move.
Hello there! You must be Rikuto. You're still young, but have excellent facial features.
An energetic foreigner standing next to my mom suddenly started talking to me. Hello? What is going on?
Rikuto, I'm sorry I left Naoto with you.
Huh?
I knew staying with a useless father like him would bring no good to our future, so I decided to ask my old friend living abroad to help us financially, and he's the guy I went to ask for help.
Apparently, Mom traveled abroad to ask him for financial aid, but we were already gone when she arrived home, so she said she was looking for us to this day.
You don't have to worry about your finances from now on.
But I can't just rely on you.
Actually, there's more that happened while I was searching for you, Rikuto. I divorced your unreliable father and got engaged with this guy right here.
Huh? Things were all happening suddenly, and my head wasn't able to process everything. But it looks like that I have overcome my financial crisis. Now I really have to work hard to get into medical school. Time flew by, and 8 years later... Scalpel! Yes, sir! I successfully got into medical school and became a doctor, and now I work at Moroboshi General Hospital, working hard on the research for that uncurable disease. Okay, the surgery went well. Good work, everyone. Thank you very much! We finally did it! Yes, today was our big day. With Mr. Moroboshi, I finally operated a surgery for the disease that caused bruises on the body. And we succeeded with the surgery for the first time in the world. You researched about the disease more than anyone else. I want you to be in charge of the surgery from now on. Thank you very much, Mr. Moroboshi. Brother! Naoto! Thanks so much! I'm glad to see you feel better. Now you can live a normal life. Yep! Meanwhile...
I'm Chiaki Arai, a college student. I have a little sister, Rina, who's in high school. We were always known to be beautiful sisters, and everyone loved us since we were little. But... it's getting worse.
Me too. I can't show my back to anyone at this point. I can't even play at the pool.
I know. My friend asked if I wanted to go to the beach together, but I said no. This unknown disease I got when I was little was getting worse, and the numbers of bruises on my body were increasing. I used to be able to hide them well, but now it's nearly impossible. Chiaki, Rina, are you okay? You're not feeling well, are you? Should we go get some medicine? No, it's not gonna change much.
Yeah.
My parents were worried about us and took great care of us, but our condition was worsening day by day. At that moment,
I found a hospital that can cure your disease. It's the only cure, and they're treating one patient after another.
it was big news for all of us. So this is the hospital? It's smaller than I thought.
Good doctors tend to be hidden in these kinds of hospitals. Let's go!
Right.
Welcome, welcome. There's no disease I cannot cure.
Are you sure?
I used to work for the president. Leave it to me. Let's get started, shall we?
We've been suffering from this condition for so long.
The surgery ended smoothly in no time. We still had bruises, but he explained that they'll disappear in a week or two. Now we can go to the beach without worrying about how people might think.
Our little dream is finally coming true.
The costs were high, but our parents happily paid for them. We were full of hope, and a week later... Hey, it's not getting better at all.
Me too. I thought he said it'll disappear naturally.
Yeah. After getting the surgery, although we've waited for a week, our disease didn't seem to be getting better. We were becoming suspicious, so we decided to give the hospital a call. The phone number is no longer available. You have to be kidding me. He's not replying.
Huh?
We hurried to Koyabu Clinic, but... Hey, the hospital used to be here, right?
Yeah.
Why is it gone? The hospital had disappeared as if it had never existed. Was it a lie when he told us he cured our disease?
No way.
At that moment, we finally realized that it was a fraud. Right. Thinking back, there's no way a doctor who used to work for the president owns such a small hospital in the middle of nowhere.
Why didn't we realize sooner?
It was impossible for us to believe anything. One day...
Sis, look!
What? A news article? The article said that Moroboshi General Hospital succeeded in treating the disease that caused bruises for the first time in the world.
If it's Moroboshi General Hospital, it can't be fraud.
Yeah, let's go. After we arrived at the hospital, we told the receptionist that we read the article and decided to ask for help. It turns out that we'll be treated by a professional in the field.
Yes! We're finally gonna get it cured!
That day, I was called to operate a surgery on the patients of the disease that caused bruises.
Sir, this way please. We're done anesthetizing the patients.
Okay, thanks. The patients waiting for me were...
Huh? You're...
The cleaner who used to work at our condominium.
I still remembered them vividly after 8 years. They were the sisters who lived on the highest floor when I worked as a cleaner. I knew they also had the same disease. Then suddenly, the two of them started mouthing words of apology, looking panicked.
We're very sorry about back then. We were both young and immature.
We both regret what we did.
It was too late to regret. Maybe he won't operate our surgery properly. Why did we ever say something like that back then? There's nothing we can do now, no matter how much we wanted to scold our past selves. The anesthesia was working and we were losing consciousness. What's gonna happen to us?
Is it possible that we'll never wake up ever again? In despair, we lost consciousness.
Huh? What about our surgery?
Sis, was our surgery a success?
When we both woke up...
Hey, it doesn't hurt anymore!
Right? And the bruises are gone.
Our surgery was a success! We were finally free from the disease that made us suffer for 8 years, when we were sharing our feelings of joy.
Looks like they're doing fine. I knew I could count on you, Rikuto. I'm glad I finally got to help them.
Mr. Moroboshi and our surgeon entered the room.
Thank you so much.
You're both gonna be fine now.
We were both horrible to you. But why did you help us?
That's because I'm a doctor. And I don't want to be a narrow-minded guy who would hold a grudge about the past. But I do think you should be more considerate about others. You're both pretty. Don't waste your beauty.
Yes, I'm very sorry about back then.
We promise not to do it again.
Thank you very much.
Would you mind telling me about Koyabu Clinic, the hospital you were talking about, in detail? As a doctor, I can't just let that pass.
Of course.
After that, thanks to Mr. Moroboshi's investigation, the doctor of Koyabu Clinic was arrested. It turns out that they had deceived many people to pay a large amount of medical fees and ran away after getting the money. But Mr. Moroboshi really has a lot of connections. It didn't even take him a single day to find a culprit.
I'm glad he got arrested.
Oh, I can't forgive him for sure.
Good thing you both recovered.
And for some reason, the sisters were visiting me often since that day.
What do you want to eat? I'll cook.
I'm gonna help too.
Anything's fine, but why are you two in my room?
Of course, to return the favor.
And to express our apology.
I told you not to worry about it.
Just let them do it. Let them take care of you, bro.
The views from the highest floor of the condominium is surely great, but we shouldn't ignore the precious things at our feet. Don't forget to subscribe.
Looking for more interesting stories and videos? Then come check out other videos from Mani Mani people here. We'd love to hear your thoughts too. Drop a line in the comments below. See you soon!